We don't really know the backstory of it. Going to the Olympic trials in 2016, I was actually telling my coach, man, this is going to be my last race. I think I'm going to
Really?
retire after this because before that, my steeplechase PR was like 8:32. I ran 8:32 8 years in a row. And like
Wow.
I can see an improvement. But coming to that Olympic trials, I ran 8:17. And shout out to my coach, Scott Simmons. He was the only one telling me, you're going to make the team. And I wasn't even ranked at the top 10 going to the 2016 Olympic trials. And I felt good through the rounds, and I made the team. The expectation was low, there was no pressure. Now, 4 or 5 years later, I won the trials in 26. I won the USA trials in
2019.
2019. Now expectation is high. People
Mm-hmm.
expect
Yeah.
me to make the team, and with expectation comes with more pressure, and that way, you have to be really, really prepared. It's not easy, adds up to a lot of people who have been the top for long, because it's not an easy
Yeah.
job. Because coming in, I was really prepared, and it was exciting, and it's different pressure. And coach gave me the plan. I followed the plan and executed it to the perfection, and I was glad to come out on the top.
Yeah, everybody wants to be the king, but everybody doesn't want to pay the king's dues. And for sure, and you're able to get it done this year. But I want to go back to 1 second what you just said earlier, that you have to wait 4 days. Like I remember that. I forgot about that the steeple like happened on Friday, and then you had to wait those couple of days. Like what'd you do in between? Were you just doing like easy runs all in between? Like how were you passing the time just in Eugene? Did you have an Xbox up there or something? I don't know. Like were you playing Uno with Paul Chelimo? How are you getting through the time? Like that's a lot of suspense leading up to
Hey,
those time.
yeah, Ball Chelimo was my roommate, but all we can do is sleep, man. Like the NBA was going on. I watched part of the NBS, and
Okay.
yeah, and watched the. That's all I did. Like very much, that's all I did, because you can't do anything. 4 days is a lot.
Yeah.
Yes, you can get tempted to do a light workout in between,
Yeah.
but it's really, 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 it's a lot of days, but at the same time you can't do anything, because any mistake you do is gonna cost your team. And I feel like some people may have done something in between, but for
Mm-hmm.
me, just easy runs, come back, eat and sleep, just get rest.
And I know you have two kids. Was your family with you at the trials, and were you hanging out? Was that like calming to have them with you that entire time, or what was that like?
No, they didn't come to the trials.
Okay.
They were in Spain, but most of the time I was just my daughter. She be 4 in 2 months, and she likes to play some random games on the phone. And
Yeah, yeah.
I would spend like 2 3 hours just playing with her, and that's actually helped me a lot. Just don't think about the race at that time, because you're just having fun and just connecting with your kids.
And another question I want to ask about like your kids as well, like have they kind of started understanding like the fact that like you do this for a living, that like you run every single day for a living, like this is your job? Have they understand it that like for in a sense, or like do they still not kind of get like what you kind of do?
Actually, my daughter, she's starting to understand right now, because every time she'll be like, "Oh, daddy, you need to go for a run." I'll be like, "Oh, why is daddy running?" She'll be like, "Oh, you need to take me shopping." So she
Okay.
understand now, because she'll be like, "Oh, I want something, you that." And every time I go for a race, be like, "You better win the race, daddy." And I remember my first race in Eugene. That was in April, and she was watching the race. My wife actually had a video of her watching the race, and she was really excited when I took the lead. But when I lost, she was like, "No, that's not good." And she you could tell, like, she was like, "Daddy lost. That's not good." And she didn't want to talk about it. So
That's funny.
kids are
Hey,
innocent and funny too. So that's
she's
a
gonna
good
be a
thing.
competitor. You can already tell
She,
she's a competitor.
she is. But
One thing too, like you're saying though, heavy is the head that wears the crown, and you are the face of the men's steeple right now. You won in 2019 at the USA Champs. This year at the trials, you won, and you have the fastest time. You're always up there.
But me and Josh were talking about this. I feel like when we have someone, coming from Kenya or Ethiopia and becoming an American citizen and doing these extraordinary things, people are still more focused on the people that are behind you in the race. And we don't feel like you get the props that you deserve. What is it like dealing with that just in your career in general? I know that's probably kind of new to you because you were running 8:32 a couple years ago, and now it's everyone's looking to you to lead the way in the steeple.
At the end of the day, it's just like you got a job to do. It's like, my job to do is just to represent the US at the best. And it's up to my teammate and my coach to make sure I'm prepared. And everything else is just, you don't have to worry about anything else. Just go there, get a job done, and just, if you do, I always say if you go there and execute your race to the best of your ability and you do the best, that's all you can worry about. So anything else is just, that's what it is. You can't control. There's some things we can't control, but it doesn't bother me that much.